Good evening and welcome to the Vision of Hope show. I am your host and your producer. We are beginning the show. Well, welcome to the Vision of Hope TV land. I want you to call your friends, text them, email them, tell them that the Vision of Hope show is on. And we have a tremendous show for you tonight. It's quite informative, and it has a lot of information that you could benefit from. So come on, as Wendy Williams say, grab a snack and come on back. So we want you to be attentive, take notes, give us an email, and let us know what you think about the show. But this is a very, very studious young man that we have, and we are talking to him about the road to success. And we all know that success is good, but it's not easy to obtain. So we want to hear about some of the bumps and the bruises that we've encountered, that you may be encountered or may come up against. So you'll know. We want to encourage you tonight, don't give up, but just listen, because somebody has been where you might be going. And that is none other than Mr. Donye Bowers. Thank you for being here. And then we have over on the other side of him, we have the co-host, Pastor Geraldine Finley. Thank you, Pastor, for being on the panel with us. And we're just looking for a wonderful night of information that we can give out to the community. So, Donye, we would like for you just to introduce yourself and kind of tell us or give us a little of your background of your life.
Well, my name is Donye Bowers. Grew up in Hartford, Connecticut. Moved to Providence when I was about 9. Right, currently at Mitchell College. I'm going into my sophomore year in August. That's mostly it.
Okay. So you have.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad to be here with this young man, known him for ever since he was a baby.
Yes, ma'am.
And to see where you are and the road that you traveled, and to be able to eyewitness that, it has been a joy for me. And to see how you walk through each stage of your life, because when I think about the word road, that means it's a place to travel.
Yes,
and I would say you traveled well.
Yes.
Traveled well.
Absolutely, I agree. Let's start here with you as well. We know that school is almost ending for school. Next month it'll be I think around the 15th or the 16th. School is over with. But let's target the word bullying, because I know that you've experienced some of that in your life. Can you just tell us what happened, how you handled it, and how you came through it?
Well, it all started at elementary school, being a new kid. I was always picked on for the clothes I wore, how I was, how I talked. People just simply didn't like me for who I was at the time. Middle school, same thing, but it was so big to everyone that I ended up switching middle schools and going to a more prestigious school off my grades and the type of attitude I kept. And I didn't let anyone tell me any wise, and that was really it.
Okay, so in other words, in elementary school, which was a very young age, you were being bullied. So how did you actually, handle that? What did you do? How did you escape? Because how did you kind of escape that, a little bit?
Well, I had to earn respect from my bullies. I faced my bullies. I know it's not the best thing to say, but I ended up fighting them, and fighting is never my first thing.
Right.
That earned the respect to them to respect me, and that's what I did with every bully, except middle school, really.
Yeah. So when you were transferred from one middle school to another due to the act of being bullied, what happened in the new middle school that you were transferred? Did the bullying continue or did it end there?
It continued for about 3 weeks because I was a new kid. You know, everyone I was like, who's the new kid? Who's this? You know, it started from 6th grade. I went to elementary school for me was, you know, K through 6.
Right,
then I went to middle school in 7th grade. So, you know, no one knew me. New kid. 2 weeks later, I became one of the boys, you know, played basketball, football, you know, just a regular kid to everyone. And my experience was way better at the new school than the school I was previously at.
Okay. So you were more, after the 3 weeks, you were more, they accepted you.
Yeah,
and you
being
became,
more comfortable.
Did you find yourself with more confidence?
Yeah, you know, I had a group of friends that always had my back. You know, we always had the same classes. You know, we was always like that pack. So, yeah.
Okay, all right.
You know what, I just listening to Danya, it just reminded me, this thought just came, it's so important that we befriend the new kid on the block.
Yeah.
Because we never know when we are going to be the new kid on the block. Maybe it's on a job, you're the person new on that job, and you're trying to find your way around and just to fit in, and not just to buddy up, but to fit in. And when I think about the road to success, and one of them was bullying, and I know you talking about, I've heard you talk about failure, there's sometimes you failure, and these are all the steps to the road of success, because I know we don't jump from one place right over into success. So I just have a question. What did it make you feel? How did you feel when you was being bullied or left out? Because perhaps there's someone out there now that's doing this to a person, and they need to recognize what it brings, the pain it brings, or what it does to the person.
Yes.
They basically put me in a state of depression.
A state of depression.
You know, I didn't talk to no one. You know, stayed in my room. Never really talked to family. You know, I was more like, I was turning into a child I wasn't brought up to.
Wow.
You know, hanging out all late with friends. You know, doing stuff I wasn't supposed to do. You know, slacking on school. It was just too much. And like, when it finally hit the fan for me, that everyone found out, it was like a fresher breath of air. It was like, I don't have to cover.
Yeah.
I don't have to be.
Yes.
I don't have to switch over and put a fake smile on every morning. You know, to get through the day.
Wow, that is really interesting, and you know what? It's real.
It's real.
It's very real, and thank you for being real about you know what it caused you to do, because there is a reaction to whatever happens to you.
Yes.
It brings something out of you, and you said that you were depressed. You know, and then when you're depressed, you would kind of secluded yourself, and you didn't open up to any family, and I'm sure family was able to look and see that there was something different going on, but you still kind of kept it. And you say you begin to hang with the wrong people.
Yeah.
So I know from just this little bit that we're addressing some issues.
Yes, we are.
Pastor, we're addressing some
we
real issues that's happening to some of our children in our home today.
Yes.
We're looking into we're in your homes for a
Yes.
reason. We're in we're in your ear, in your face for a reason. Why? Because look at this young man. He's not beat up.
No.
He's not beat down, but he did go through something. So this is all part of his road to success. If you are facing this same road you're facing of being bullied and you don't know what to do, we want to help you, because we know that some people, it ends very terrible.
Exactly.
And we are here to bring an end to that part.
Yes.
Because we want you to live your life to the fullness. You know, there is a life for you to live. There is an answer for your situation. That's why Vision of Hope is here.
Yes.
And we're reaching out to you, and we have this young man here. He's 18 years old, you know, and live in color.
Yes.
You know, that if you needed to talk to him, I will be giving my email address at the end of the show. If you want to talk to him, Not a problem. Mr. Danye, we can make
Not a
that
problem.
happen.
Not a
We can
problem.
make that happen. So I'm excited about the realness
Yes.
that's in this part,
Yeah.
because we know that so many kids are faced with this today, you know, and what is the answer to it? You know, you got moved to another school, you were bullied for 3 weeks, but you stood your ground, you know, because there does come a time when you're sick and tired of things happening to you. You know, you did fight at
Yes.
one time. Well, because I guess you had to show them that what you was made of.
Yeah.
So we're not building up or encouraging fighting, but take care of yourself now. you know.
One of the things that stood out in my mind when he said, once the family found out about it, it was refreshing.
It was refreshing, yes,
It was
Pastor.
refreshing.
Yeah.
And there are people out there now, whoever you may be, that you're holding something and someone is holding something over you.
Yes.
And you feel like your parents or your friends will not stand with you. But let it go. Find someone that you can talk with. Find someone that will listen to you and get that off you, because like you said, it was refreshing.
Yes,
And
yes.
when you even said the word, I felt the refreshing.
Yes,
That is
yes.
so good that you had your family to go to and talk with and
Yeah.
unveil what was going on.
Absolutely. A support system is so
Yes.
important. And if your family is there for you, please let them know what you're going through. If you have a friend that you confine in, let them know what you're going through. Because when you release, you can move on.
You can.
But if you hold it in and stay in the corner of depression, the darkness hovers over, a lot of things come to your mind that we don't want you to do.
Yes.
And we understand that they do come to your mind. All right, so moving along. So now this happened in the middle school. So now we're in high school. What high school did you attend, and how was it there? And we're moving down the road.
High school-wise, I went to the Met High School in Rhode Island. Completely different from what type of high school other people go to. It's not traditional, you know, you're in the same room for all 4 years with the same teacher, with the same 16 students. I was blessed with going into a building that we was the only freshman class, so it's literally just our class that we had to worry about. I grew family there. I matured, I turned into a man. Everything just came together at that school for me.
Okay, so the name of the school is the Met.
Yes.
And the whole setting is totally different.
College.
A college setting, right?
College field.
Awesome.
How many students
It's about 150 a building.
in the building, but in your classroom?
Oh, in the classroom, 16.
16 students in the classroom.
Yes.
They did not change classes.
Nope. Only math
All the-
class. Math and gym, that was really it.
What did you change classes for?
We went to math class and then we'll walk over to the gym. That was it.
The other classes were in one setting, and you had the same teacher the whole year for
All 4 years.
all those classes. Incredible.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And you said that was like a family for you.
Yeah, everyone turned into a family.
So it's something about you just lifted when you said the
Yeah.
Met. Is that what the Met did for you?
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful. And it was, I believe it was a college setting.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So the Met is a wonderful place. I don't know if they have that setting, those settings in
No.
Connecticut, is in Rhode Island. The closest one.
There's only one in the east, yeah.
Yeah, in the East Coast.
Everything else is like California, Texas, and
Okay,
then
okay.
international.
Right. Okay. All right. So now we're done with high school. You graduate
Yep.
what year?
2016.
2016. You graduate. And how was that feeling?
Nerve-wracking.
Okay.
You know, leaving your family isn't the best thing. It was very emotional for us. You know, I was the only one fortunate to leave, go to college out of state besides the girls. And just now looking back, speaking to them, it's like it feels different. Not being with them every morning, 9 to 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
arguing and doing debates, and it's just a different feel now that I'm in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think that I like what you said. You're leaving the nest.
Yes.
And so it was not just for your mom feeling the separation of you leaving, but for you also.
Yes.
Even though you know it was best for you, and that was part of the travel on the road. And just because you're doing what's great, it don't always feel good,
Yes, yes.
but you know you have to.
Yes.
Because look at you now. Look at you now. The road to
Yes.
success. Wonderful.
Okay, so now we're in
College.
where?
College.
College. And where is that?
Mitchell College in New London, Connecticut.
Okay. All right, so give us a little bit about from the elementary to the middle to the high. Tell us about this wonderful life of college.
It's not all that wonderful. You know, leaving the nest, like Pastor said, wasn't the best. It was very emotional for me. I'm used to being under my mom and my grandmother 24/7. Fending for myself, you know, wasn't that bad. I made friends easy. I always attracted an older crowd because of, you know, how my mom and grandmother raised me. You know, first semester wasn't the best for me. You know, it was a new field. You know, sadly, I ended off with 1.7. You know, right there, that's like the gridiron game right there for me.
Let me stop you right there. Okay, so now, coming on down the road, there is a bump in the road. Okay, we just talked about that bump.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, keeping in mind that success is failure turned inside out. So now we're at a place of
Spring semester.
a failure. Okay, so how did you handle that time of failure in your life? You made it to one of the ultimate
Goals.
You was there was a peak there, and you failed.
Yeah.
So you came down, and then how did you handle it?
You know, it wasn't, you know, I didn't get cussed out or anything. It was more like just seeing the disappointment on my family's face that really gave me the motivation to want to come back and do better. You know, I had a goal. I didn't reach it. You know, I took it like that. You know, I'm 18. I have to be more mature. I have to take responsibilities for my action. I know I didn't hang out with the right crowd. I know that my friends wasn't the best. You know, they was perfectly fine, but I wasn't. And then spring semester started, and I subtract all the bad things.
Wow.
You know, I started hanging around upperclassmen for help, meeting up with professors after class, getting a job, you know, joining different clubs on campus, you know, just keeping myself occupied because in college you have so much time. It's crazy.
I like the words you say. You begin to subtract.
Yes, yes.
What you needed out of your life, and that's in our life, our everyday walk. Sometimes we have to let go of some things. And you said you had a goal, and when we let go, we have a goal. We begin to let go of those things that don't add to our goals.
Right.
We have to let them go.
Yes.
Because we reaching for the mark.
Yes.
Exactly.
Reaching for the mark.
Yes. Okay, so I have a question. So what made you decide that I can do this?
Talk
Because
to my grandmother.
failure was right here, and you could have just been kicked out the door, but you was like,
Nah.
no. Okay, so what made you just handle it? What stirred that up, you know, like it needed to be, and, you know, shifted it around and put it in order and all that?
To be honest, talking to my father. You know, he took me. We had a whole day. It was just us. Took me shopping and everything. And, you know, being the type of child I am, you know, you fail, you ain't getting nothing, really. But he still took me out, took me shopping. We sat down for dinner. And he was just like, you got to buckle up. You got to buckle down. He's like, I know you can do it. Your mom know you can do it. Your whole family know you can do it. It's just you got to believe in yourself. And that was one thing I know I didn't do that fall semester. I didn't believe in myself.
Okay.
Once midterms hit, it was
Yeah.
it was just like, I know I can't do this.
Okay, well, I you know, it's so important to have that support system,
It is,
Pastor.
it is.
Because he said he got with his dad. His dad talked to him. You know, he spent time with him. He didn't, you know, beat him up, or he didn't, you know, beat him down. But he told him that I believe in you and you can do this.
Yes.
So that got you back on the right road of on your success. Not that you had got off, but you hit a peak.
Yeah.
That you could have chosen to leave it alone. Okay, so we're coming to the end, and you have something more?
No, it's just been so good to hear this. I mean, I am so delighted to be part of this and to hear how the road that you traveled and how well you done, and to hear how your father got with you. And it said to us how much we need the men in our life. Our young men need their fathers in their life, and it made a difference because you're surrounded by your grandmother, your mom, and so many other ladies, but that father figure
was
really
right there.
helped say the same thing that you have been hearing.
Yes. Okay, so quickly, how are you handling? Okay, so now we're at what grade point average?
I went from a 1.7 to a 3.0.
Can you say that a little louder?
A 1.7 to a 3.0
Okay, all right.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. So how are you handling success?
Well, I got offered for some positions to become a resident assistant, you know, student ambassador, student government. They want me to be more a part of the campus because of the turn I took. That's really it.
Okay, so now there is a class that you were in that you had to give a report. What class is that?
Well, my leadership class.
Your leadership class.
Yes.
That you had to give a report about and you chose to talk about your failure.
Yes.
And what did your instructor say to you after they heard your report?
They shed a tear, to be honest. They were just like, to see a student go head on with their failure shows the motivation and shows the courage. And they said I was the only student that they really caught on to, you know, me accepting my failure and not taking it for granted and, you know, bouncing back like I should have.
Wonderful. This has been magnificent.
Yes,
and
yes.
TV Land, I want you to catch on to what, if you need this to tape, or if you need to talk to us or talk to Danye more about how he did this, because he actually, of course, he couldn't share everything, but he gave us some good pointers.
Yes.
And you might need to hear everything because of where you are, or it could just be a time of just to encourage you. Don't stop. Don't stop. You might have hit a peak and feel like, oh no, don't give up. Hold on, get it together, regroup like he did. This young man went from a 1.7 to a 3.0.
Wow, awesome.
You can do this. This is workable. So, Mr. Bowles, we thank you so much
Thank you for having
me. being here, 18 years old, on his way, finished 1 year of college, going back as a sophomore, RA residence, into the ambassador of the school, student government. Student government, not council, government. Student government.
Yes.
That's the college. So we're so excited, Pastor. If you have last words for us.
You know what? It is a delight to be here and to hear your testimony, what you're saying. Also, we want to say that there are parents, if your child have hit some low points, just as Danye had hit, don't give up on your child.
Yes.
You can look at him, and he brought it up and made it through and did a great job. So parents, if your child is at a low point, don't give up. Encourage them and watch what they can do.
Amen.
And again, thank you so much, Deborah, for having me.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is our co-host. I am the host. She's the co-host. And this is our guest for this show, A Vision of Hope. I would like to thank my co-host, Pastor Geraldine Finley, for being on the panel. And I am your host, Deborah Ringo, and I would love to just thank our guest, Mr. Danye Bowers, for being on the show. And we're here for you. We want to make sure you have the email address is dedringo@yahoo.com. Hit us up. If not, If you didn't get that, you can call Win TV, ask for Jennifer, and she'll help you to reach us. And we're just excited for what has happened tonight and all of the information that's been put out for you tonight. And we just want to leave you with this one thing: you can make it.